Hi guys, welcome back to the Orchid Pergola. Welcome to my channel, Melissa Loves Orchids. I'm Melissa and I love orchids, and today we got a problem. And yes, I am getting ready to do something very dramatic because she doesn't show that she is appreciative. No, just kidding. We're gonna take care of this. There's a problem and we're gonna get down to it. Okay, so I'm gonna angle the camera down so that you guys can see me do it. And I know it's going to be super cringe worthy. You are gonna be cringing at home. I am cringing here, but I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to take this out of here and take a look. Even if it's gonna be out of here and straight to the garbage, it's okay, because we need to get down to this is not getting any better. And this is what I see. So if you look at that pseudobulb, it's completely dehydrated. Completely dehydrated. The same thing that happened to this one, and now this one. It is so dry that I don't even have to cut it. So let's start to get down in here. And before we even start, let's get some education here. So what happens if a plant is dehydrated? Well, option number one, you could not be giving it enough water. That could make a plant dehydrated. But guess what? I'm an overwaterer. I live in Miami. Humidity is high. When it rains, it rains. So guess what? That's not the reason. The other reason to cause dehydration is the root system is not good and will not pick up that water. So that's what I think is going on here. That's my prediction. And what's happening is the pseudobulbs are completely desiccated. Look at this. Look at that. Super, super, super dry. So I'm gonna angle this down and we're gonna get in here. Like it or not. If you don't like it, you can turn away. So actually, let me wet it a little bit. Let me wet it a little bit. I'm here. I'm gonna warn you, I have the loudest hose on the block. Oh well, this time it was quieter. That's the fun part, tipping my tray and everything going everywhere. Okay, so I see some roots look green, but it would be interesting to see if in here, oh, this was so not as bad as I thought. It would be interesting to see if in here there's a ball of moss. And if that's the case, then I am to blame for this disaster. And you know what? There's no way to learn if you don't do it and learn from it. So let's see what comes out of here. Eesh. Okay, there's no moss. There's no moss. Oh my gosh. So what led to disaster here? There's a lot of roots, a lot more roots than it came with. I am afraid something's gonna come out of here. Look at this. Yeah, these are basically mostly dead roots. Now, could it have been from really cheap bark? Maybe. Maybe. Could I have overwatered it at one point and killed off the roots? Maybe. Does it have any chance to live? I don't think so. I don't think so. So let's take a look over here. I know, don't cringe. It's okay. She's half dead anyways. Let's just get down to the middle and see what can we salvage from here. If all of these roots are dead, I mean, it's not gonna resuscitate. Yeah, you can tell that look what's happening with the bark. I don't see any pests. All I see is a bunch of dead roots. Dead roots and bark that's kind of falling apart. So guys, if you get bark that is very cheap, please don't expect it to last a really long time, because it's not going to happen. It's made to last a certain amount of time, and then you either have to repot or you have to hope for the best. And a lot of times you get a bag that is $4 from, see, look, the rhizome is completely dry, no green. So that's one of the signs that this is not salvageable. There is no green left in the rhizome at all. So this is the part that's dry. Let's see if I can get to any green tissue at all. I know this is like barbaric. This is barbaric. Some of you are shutting it down right now. You can't take it, I know. This was dead anyways, so there's no reason. This, I don't think it's salvageable. Yes, there's a little bit of green left, but I don't think there's anything that I can do except say goodbye. So even though these leaves don't look as bad as this, but there's no, maybe one root looks okay, but look at this. It's like there's a complete collapse between what is supposed to take in the water and the rest of the pseudobulb leading up to the leaf. Complete collapse here. There is nothing going through here. This is completely dry, and this one is headed in the same direction. So we're gonna say goodbye. Thank you for once being a nice plant, and now we just have to do this. And it's okay sometimes. It's okay. You learn and you go shopping again. So that's it for today. I'm not gonna try to salvage this pot. This pot probably cost $3, but look at all the, what do we call it? The leftover roots that are in there. If this plant were to have some kind of virus, which I don't know because I didn't virus test it, it could have, possibly. If it had anything else, any kind of bacteria that could pass from one to the other, is it worth $3 to reuse this? Absolutely not. So that's gonna get dumped too. All of this root ball, everything, all of this is also gonna get thrown away. I'm also going to disinfect the whole area, including my shears and everything I used. The butter knife, I'm gonna have to see how I make that good again to go back inside the house. But anyways, you know what I'm gonna say, make time for things you love. Coming up, I'm planning on a video to help me and you with a very naughty orchid. So this orchid was, you know, I fell in love with her. I fell in love with similar orchids. So this is Cattleya schilleriana. So I loved it. I bought her from a very reputable, wonderful, one of my favorite nurseries. And now she doesn't like it. She doesn't like it here. She doesn't like me. I've moved her. I've changed her. I've tried to give her more water, less water, more sun, less sun. I've done all the basics. And now I'm just going to have to dig deep and find even more information that I'm going to share with you. And we're going to figure out what's wrong with my Cattleya. So that'll be coming up soon. So if you have any other ideas for videos, let me know. I also have coming up a couple shows, the Rainbow Thailand show, and that is by one of our favorites, Pam from Orchids in Bloom. Her actual nursery is in Apopka, but she's gonna have a big festival here, and it's going to be coming up now in March. I want to say it's March 22nd, but I will put in the flyers at the end as requested. I will comply and put them at the end. And of course, Fairchild Tropical Gardens is coming up in 2 weeks, and that is called Orchids in Bloom, I think it's called. Yeah, so all of these names are similar. I mean, what can you do? It's all about orchids and it's all about the blooms. So that's coming up. So if you're in the Miami area, this is one not to miss, because on top of the show, on top of the vendors, the international vendors and all that, then you have the grounds. The grounds are beautiful. I had a membership there, and for a whole year I would go there and just spend a lot of time looking at how the orchids were naturally attached to the trees. There's a beautiful cafe there. There's a playground there for the kids, and they have events, night events. So awesome place. What else is coming up? What else is coming up? Oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. I know Key West is coming up next weekend. So if you want to travel to Key West, I think Roxy will be there, and that's a pretty show. Unfortunately, I can't go to that one, There's another one that I'm missing, but I'll put the flyers at the end. So make time for things you love, and don't be afraid to get your hands dirty and get into that pot and see what's wrong with your orchid. If she can't be saved, it's okay. You have room for another one when you go and pick one up. So make time and make room for things you love. Bye.